Welcome to Creative Tien channel. Today I'm going to use LK150 knitting machine to make modular knittings. This is the first one I knit. I'm trying to create some geometric shape and then I can sew them together to make a bigger blanket or other garments. And this is very popular when you do crochet. You have those granny squares and the idea is very similar. And you can use different type of shapes. The one I'm using now is like a diamond shape. I start with 10 stitches, increase, and then I need 10 rows in the center, just plain rows, and then decrease, and then back to the stitch count I have before. Now I'm back to the 10 stitches, so I'm going to show you how I knit these squares. If you want to connect to a bigger piece, you can just continuous knitting in a row. So this row, I'm going to continuous knit all the diamond shapes until the length I want. And for the second row, I can have different color and continue repeating the same technique. For this project, I'm using worsted weight yarn. I have tension 6 and massed tension is 5. And since I have 10 rows in the center, I'm going to repeat that at the end. I will have 10 rows here and I will start the second diamond. So I need 10 rows. And now I can start increase. For the increase and decrease, I have some holes, and that's just part of the design. You don't have to do that. For the increase, I use 3-prong tool, move 1 stitch out. And I leave the empty needle just like that, back to the B position. So it will create a hole here. Same on the left side. And then after increase, I'll do 2 rows. And I will keep increasing that until I have 30 stitches. So you will be left 15 to right 15. So I keep increasing. It's easier to put your finger or add some weight below because we are doing increase and decrease. So the fabric can be a little loose. Two rows. If you want to close the hole, you can pick up the next stitch, the horizontal bar of the next stitch, and place on the empty needle, and then you will knit. Now I knit to the widest point from left 15 to right 15. I'm going to knit 10 rows plain and then start decreasing. That's after 10 rows of plain knitting. Now I'm going to do decrease. And we're just doing in reverse, very similar to increasing. I'm using my 3-prong tool. Move 1 stitch in. take off the extra needle, and then I want to create that hole. So on the fourth stitch, I'm going to transfer it toward the center and place the empty needle back to the B position. And same on the other side. Transfer one stitch in, and then transfer the next stitch toward the center. And we knit 2 rows. And we'll keep repeating that. Now we are back to 10 stitches again. That's a narrow point, and I'm going to need 10 more rows again to match up the previous section. Between each diamond I have 10 rows. This is only a sample, so I want to end it here. I can end up with knitting 5 rows, and I probably should start it the same with 5 rows. Or I can match up the beginning. I only start with 2 rows before I do the first increase. So I think I will do 2 rows and bind off for now. So that's what I have so far. I have 2 diamond shapes. And for the next row, I'm going to start with the widest point. That's 30 stitches. And then decrease until 10 stitches. And then we do 10 rows of straight, and then increase again until 30 stitches. So the narrow part is 10 stitch and the widest part is 30. And each of this section is 10 rows. I have 10 rows here, 10 rows here, 10 rows here. And the top and bottom, it's really up to you how you want to design it. So the second one, I'm going to use a different color and start from 30 stitches until 10 stitches. So I cast on from left 15 to right 15. And I do my E-rub. And knit 1 row. I'm putting on my weight and knit 1 more row. Now we are ready to decrease, so we do it the same way. Knit 2 rows. Now we are back to 10 stitches. I'm going to knit 10 rows and then start increasing again. And we'll increase the same way as before. Move 1 stitch out. Now we have 30 stitches. We are at the widest point, so we'll knit 10 rows and start decreasing until 10 stitches. Now you can see how it looks. This is the first piece and the second one. The next thing is to just steam block it and then sew it up. And this is the back side. It's still pretty neat. I don't think you need a backing, but if you want, after you sew it up, you can cut a piece of cotton and sew up the backing so it will look like a quilt. So that's an easy way to knit a blanket. You can knit each row separately and as long as you like. And after you're done, you can add a border or knit an I-core border, or you can crochet a border. I hope you like this idea. Thank you for watching and happy knitting.